Let's work on Star Trio on our Star-Spangled Beauty ladder quilt. Star Trio is on page 16. All of the fabrics have been fused with interfacing on the back, and I have the batting. Let's stitch out Star Trio. I'll go to Embroidery into my USB and the Quilting Bundles folder, and this design uses stars 11 block by block, and I need the 4x8, and I'll hit set, and I'll go to add and back to my USB and go to the embroidery files folder and find 3 stars and hit set. Now I do need to change my hoop size. I will change it to the 6x10 and hit embroidery. Now I do have the muslin going off to the back, so I am going to go to layout and move and just move that all the way down and select OK. Then I'll go to the -+ needle and we can start stitching out the placement for the batting. I have placed my batting, and it again is cut to size, and so I need to skip a few steps. The second step is the tack down of the batting. I'll use my down arrow to skip, and then the next is the placement for the fabric. And again, our fabric is much larger than the placement, so I am going to skip that as well. And now I will place my fabric and run the tack down for the fabric and then the background quilting. I made a note while these were stitching out that I did not add the fray check to the stitching line before cutting the fabric for each of the appliques, and that is because I backed all 3 of my appliques with interfacing on the back. The directions say just to back the light colored fabric. Again, backing it helps the background fabric not shadow through. However, I like to add the interfacing on back of almost all of my appliques unless there's a specific reason not to. And so that's why I didn't add the fray check. Now cutting this block, there is not an orange pop ruler that is 4.5 by 8.5. And so the directions call to use 2. One for the width that you would line up along and kind of use the tack down on the width of the block as a guide. And then a smaller to put for the height of the block. And you would nest those and line those up. I find that that's a little bit more cumbersome. So I use my 2 orange pop rulers, but I don't use them at the same time. So what I'm going to do is line up, again, my edges or my ends with the width of the pop ruler. And I can see my stitching. Again, it's the same, color that's not too visible. So if you're going to use a regular ruler and just use these guides, it might be wise to make that a visible color. So I am going to line these up with the edges and just cut, not worrying about the top and the bottom. So now you can see I have the sides cut, and I'm going to go ahead and just for getting some of this out of the way, just finish cutting off these little pieces. So again, that is just the sides. So now I will take my smaller ruler and I need to line them up and make sure that they are centered with the height. So I will line this up. And you'll notice that when I cut, it is not going to cut the entire block, because you can see my block actually comes almost to the edges of my ruler. So I am just going to cut what I can. So you'll notice that, you know, my ruler, the inside, which is the correct height, was not long enough to cut. So now I will just take a regular ruler. I could use the pop ruler, and I will line up with this cut line and extend both those edges. I can line up a mark with the bottom just to make sure I'm straight, but as long as I'm lined up with the cut that I just made, I will be straight. And then I will just extend that cut. So there's our star trio. So now that I have it cut to size, this quilting does not go into the seam allowance, and so I am going to go ahead and trim back to the batting so that I won't have any in the seam allowance.